Okay, I'm doing a little documentary. Today's Sunday. Well, last night, the Lord brought me down over here. I had no idea what I was doing. He told me to get in your car and go. I want to show you something. He brought me over here. It's a place called Julian Gold. It's a clothing store, very high end. And what you're looking at behind me right here in the window, these are dresses that are used in San Antonio in what's called the coronation of the Queen during Fiesta in San Antonio. You'll see it says Her Grace Elaine Everett from the House of Miller, Duchess of Dazzling Dominance. Okay, so that's this dress, and the girl that wore the dress is Elaine Everett, and that's what this is all about. So this is the elite of San Antonio. These families, these dresses go up $50,000-$60,000. These are all sequins. These are all like beads, the whole thing. So anyway, the point is, they spend all this money on these dresses. And they have this big party downtown where it's called the Coronation of the Queen. This is a remake of the very famous painting The Kiss, and see it says Her Grace Rebecca Root, the House of Mount, Duchess of Viennese Symbology. So anyway, the Lord brought me down here last night. He told me in front of Corey and Zach to get in my car. He wanted to show me something. So I came down here, and he specifically walked me over here, and I stood in front of this, and it shows this peacock, and if you pay attention, there's rope chains coming down to the peacock. Those are chains. And the peacock's head is turned down and in the negative space. And I'll do a still shot of this. I'll draw it in, is a raptor. So it's like a yin yang. Facing down one way is a peacock, and facing up is a raptor. And that may not seem like anything that has anything to do with anything for y'all. But last night, this is what the Lord showed me before he woke me up during the middle of a dream and told me to get up and blow the shofar. I'm just going to document these other dresses right here just so you can just see how insane these things are. If you look down there, let's see. I'll just zero in on that. Anyway, so for the Lord to bring me down here yesterday, I didn't fully understand why do you want me to go here? What's the point? Well, I used to be connected to this. One of the girls here in San Antonio I used to date, her family was part of this. Her mom was one of these duchesses, and she was all about wanting to be a duchess, and be part of this whole thing. And I had to go to the coronation, and I was actually, I'll tell you a little story about that when I do this video, but it was one of the worst nights of my life. Well, it was just a very uncomfortable night. I'll just put it as that. Anyway, so I just want to document, this is where he brought me last night, and he knew that he was going to wake me up during a dream last night and had me wake up and start blowing a shofar last night. And it's so far beyond my brain what happened last night that I've been trying just to say, okay, how do I deliver this to you guys? Lord, how am I supposed to deliver this to everybody? So he told me to wait till tomorrow. So today's Sunday. I had the dream early this morning at 12:11 a.m. this morning is when I woke up from the dream. But I was down here at about 10 o'clock at night before my dream, standing here looking at this going, well, why am I even here, Lord? What are you trying to show me? So I'm just going to document this just so make sure I can show you guys what I want to show you when I get home, because now I understand. There's no way I'd understand why he was showing this to me before the dream, but once I had the dream, everything became very clear of what this is and what it represents and why he has me blowing that shofar. And so right now we're gonna head down to the alley where I got saved. I got saved in Peacock Alley. That's a big peacock on a dress with in the negative space, a raptor, like a reptilian, like T-Rex. Come down here to Peacock Alley right here. So that, now before I can that way, this is the alley. This is the alley where I got saved. I had to come down from one of these spring-loaded stairs, counterweighted stairs. And I had to come down the night I got saved, and this is where I ended up. So anyway, so that in conjunction with what happened last night, and so you take the two events and you put them together. I appreciate that, by the way, thank you. You take the two events last night, the Peacock over there, and then this is where I got saved. Now I want you guys to consider this. The night I had to walk out the door up there and risk, and knowing that I was going to come in this alley and probably be killed, I had someone trying to stop me saying, Eleuthera, don't open the door, Jonathan, don't open the door. Well, think of her as a serpent race, because she handed me a card that had a serpent eating a sheep. Imagine that. So last night when the Lord took me over there to that window where the peacock dress is, so when he took me over there, and you know, got a hold of me and spiritually over there and let me see, that dress represents and that system that we all got trapped in. And I used to be part of that system. I used to hang out with those people. So how ironic that I got saved in Peacock Alley. And then what we'll do is the lights are turned off on the building, but we'll show you some still photos. That has Adam down in the Garden of Eden, and then Christ ascending into heaven, and then what's written on the wall below is also very pertinent. Okay, we're good. Okay, so now in a quick recap, over here, right up there, those are the stairs I had to come down. Those are the stairs I came down to get saved. When those stairs came down, Michael stepped up and said, "Pray with me, my brother." That whole time, Eleuthera had tried to stop me from opening the door that I had to open in order to come out and meet Michael and have my moment where water and light literally came down on me. Okay, imagine you're me. And last night, the Lord takes you over to that store where all these dresses are that represent the people, the serpent race. They're the elites. They have these dresses that are worth, you know, these $30,000, $40,000 dresses. So imagine that's what he had me doing last night. And don't forget, then after that, after he took me over there, he had me wake up from a dream. And in the dream, I was blowing a shofar, and there was actually a shofar being blown in the dream. Now, don't forget, Jonathan Kleck means Yahweh has given a messenger that rings the bell and gathers the church. Don't forget, my coat of arms is a crown and a shofar. That is just absolutely impossible. It's not even possible. But it's a way of wrapping everything up. So I came down here so y'all can understand. The Lord taking me where he took me yesterday is a way of wrapping all this up. Peacock Alley, from Adam in the garden to Christ ascending to the end of the system. No more female mother goddess. The king's coming, guys. The king is coming. And I'm down here at the alley where I got saved just to document all this. All right. Okay, so now just to recap, I'm in the truck here with Zach and Corey and Bowie. And we're just leaving the alley. So I want to recap now. Think about this. So yesterday, Corey and Zach, y'all were there when the Lord told me, get in your car and go. I want to show you something. Yes?
Yes, that's right.
And so then I left the house, and they were going to bed, and I was actually very tired. I wanted to go to bed, but the Lord told me, just trust me, go. And he took me over and he showed me those dresses to remind me, this is what you were part of. This is what you had sold out to. And I was part of the elite, you know, whatever. I hung around those people, and I was involved in whatever that kind of lifestyle was. Anyway, but he showed me that one dress, the peacock, where the head was turned down, and in the negative space is a reptile, like in like a yin yang image. I'll show you an exact example of it. I have a tattoo that's identical to it that's in one of my folders. So anyway, so he takes me down there yesterday at about what, 8:39, 10 p.m.
Yes.
And then I come home and then I go to bed, and the movie Jesus of Nazareth is playing, and I fall asleep with it playing. It's really odd. Just the odds of it were pretty ridiculously small that would be still in my DVD player. So long story short, in my dream, I'm blowing a shofar, and Jesus is telling me, Jonathan, blow the shofar now. You need to blow the shofar now, Jonathan. And I can't tell what's going on because it's like a dream. But the dream, the movie on the TV is blending into my dream. So the Jesus of Nazareth movie is worked its way into my dream, and it's like consciously part of my dream. And in my dream, I hear a shofar, and I'm literally making with my lips the sound, like the position your lips would have to make to blow a shofar. It was so bizarre, and I wasn't awake. I was like asleep, but the dream was going on, but the TV was bleeding into the dream. And during all that, I hear the Lord in my dream saying, Jonathan, blow the shofar now. And I hear a shofar going, brr, brr, and I'm like, what is going on? So I got up, and I sat up, and I'm like, what is going on? And Jesus of Nazareth was playing on my DVD player. And so I heard the Lord say, then blow the shofar now. Okay, so I do what he says. I get up, I just go to my room, I sit on the edge of my bed. In the video, you'll see I didn't have a shirt on. I'm just sitting there, and I was blowing the shofar like in the dark on the edge of my bed with Jesus of Nazareth going, and I hear John the Baptist going, prepare the way of the Lord. And all of a sudden I'm like waking up, and I'm becoming more conscious, and the dream is becoming reality, and Jesus speaking to me. I mean, that's a reality all its own. It's like, what's going on? And I'm sitting there blowing a shofar, and it was so surreal, I almost didn't know what to do with it. I was like, ah. And so then I heard the Lord say, document it. And so I get up, and I go in the kitchen, and I hear the Lord tell me, look at the time. It was 12:11. And I was wondering, is he trying to get me here at 12:12? And you'll see in that part of the video, the documentation part, I wasn't sure. I was like, well, it says 12:11, but 12:12 is a very significant number in my world for a supernatural miracle that Corey and Zach both know about. Which is a whole different thing. Anyway, but long story short, I documented all that this morning at 12:11 a.m. So today, here it is Sunday, I'm trying to put this together so you guys can understand. The Lord told me I had to do a video. I had to document what happened. Like, I had to step out on faith and tell you guys this is what happened. And so what I'm doing right now with Corey and Zach and Bowie is I'm just going to the places where I went so you guys can see what the order was, so you guys can get a mental picture of the whole thing. So one last thing, Corey and Zach know this. Yesterday I was going to do a video to show you guys the Lord already confirmed again that the nuke thing is going to happen. Right after I loaded up the video about the nuke thing happening, the very next morning, the first thing in the morning, the Lord confirmed the nuke thing. The very first thing he did was supernaturally, within 5 seconds of turning on after I turned on my computer, I clicked on YouTube, and it said what a 9.5 earthquake looks like, and I just clicked on it, and within 5 seconds my whole screen was turning into a nuclear explosion in a big city. That was the very next morning after loading up the video I just did about the nuke. Anyway, I don't know how to describe this completely to everybody, you guys. So just using these guys as witnesses, just using Zach and Corey as witnesses, is it just nonstop confirmations?
Nonstop nuke pit
so
opening.
Nonstop confirmations that here comes the pit opening, here comes the nuke, here it all comes. And it's like I don't even have enough time to do a video to document it, because something else happens.
It's nonstop.
It's nonstop confirmations. That's what I'm trying to say. And so, like, even when I had to go to Chinati or whenever the Lord sends me out to go do something, he always confirms it supernaturally. Well, that's what's going on here, but it's supernatural confirmation. And I'm trying to just gather those confirmations and put them in a video for you guys to let you know this is what the Lord told me is going to happen. And so that's what I'm doing. You guys, anything you want to say?
Yeah, Jesus is coming.
Jesus is coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the crown, Shofar, Kleck. End of story. Vatican's a damn snake. End of story.